Alright, so I have been looking into my old videos and I have been seeing a pattern that most of you seem to like the rankings videos and the unlock guides and so on. So now we're doing my maybe not top 5 but at least 5 in my opinion underrated teams, and that doesn't mean that they are seen as bad. It just might be that the teams that I have listed doesn't have the understanding or how good the team really is and how worth it is getting, in my opinion. So I have done 5 teams, and the first one I'm gonna be going over is the Trench team. I think the main thing keeping this team from being used a lot is that what Tambor still wants to go with other characters, and Jango Fett also seems to be going into like Balin and stuff like that, but it's still an amazing team overall. It's probably the worst conquest unit, but I don't see now Dad Bod Boba is the worst in my opinion, but then maybe Trench. But he's actually pretty good because most of his the team, his requirements, 4 of them are required for Galactic Legends. That being Jedi Master Kenobi and Lord Vader. You'll have these 4, just bring Trench up after that. And he's really good in TV, especially where his Omicrons are. So if that's something you focus on, that's definitely a Omicron to get. That's his lead, I believe. Yeah, this one. 50% mastery, 75% max health and max protection. That's a lot of extra stats. This is also pretty good. Yeah, you can read that for yourself, but it's actually pretty nice to have. And the basic isn't really that good. I wouldn't apply it if I had the chance again. But you basically just need Trench because these other units will be upgraded at some point eventually. So it's an easy thing to acquire in my opinion right now. It gets some holes on defense, and if you're struggling with like Jabba, I have won against them in Grand Arena sometimes, but at least most of the times I take out 4, everyone except Jabba, then it's an easy cleanup if you want to have a pretty good 2-shot team, so that's an option. I don't have the optimal modding, probably a little more health and stuff like that would be good on him. Jango, I would really recommend R8 on him to boost his damage. He hits really hard, that's like the main damage dealer, and Dooku is like the control character of that team. He's also really good on would like some better mods. Newt, yeah, it's whatever and what, just need him to be pretty fast. But that's a really good team that I really would recommend it. I usually use it on defense, get some holds on the back wall sometimes. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we have Dark Trooper Gideon. He's not underrated by any means, but I just feel like some people don't see the value of that team. Like R9 on Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, his stats becomes crazy good. That health and that protection, defense. I would honestly run a little more defense mods, but this is fine. And he's a really good character with that mass revive. And the lead is also really good. 75% health and mastery and 30 speed for the allies in TV, so that's really good. And this one is also pretty good if you want to apply that, makes him more survivable and so on. But this is an amazing team, and when you farm the Peridea troopers, you will have Captain Enoch, and I see him as a great plug-in to this team. He's unique here. Enemies have an additional minus 350% critical chance at the start of each turn. Yeah, so minus 350% critical chance, so they won't be able to crit, basically. That makes Dark Trooper Moff Gideon really survivable. And Scout Trooper is also good, required at R7 for Leia. Moff Gideon is good for that control. Death Trooper is Death Mark, is really solid. Yeah, and even in 3v3 is pretty good. I use him in Kyber 2. As you can see, he gets some holds. Pretty good data run. So yeah. And Luthien, which I will explain later, is amazing. So yeah, definitely a team that I would recommend. It's also pretty good on offense, and you can switch Captain Enoch if you don't have him for Stormtrooper. So yeah. Then we have the Cere team. This is probably my favorite defensive team or raid. It's such a strong team when you have all the Omicrons. It's pretty expensive, but it's such a good team. I know that many use Malgus with Cere and Starkiller to counter Rey, but I have just used normal EP to counter that, so I still use it on defense. It works really well. In 3v3 I use Cere, Malgus and Kylo Ren, and they just hit so hard, and you need Cere for the mission on Cepho anyways, so that's a good one to get. Max health and protection, immune to ability block and daze, protection up, it's a lot of good things in that kit. And the Omicrons you want here is this one and this one especially, and if you really want, this is also really good. I think Malgus is probably the character that wants 3 Omicrons most out of any character right now, so that's really good. And when you farm Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, you'll get Ahsoka Fulcrum at R9, that's a requirement, and she hits really hard at that point. But even now she hits pretty good. R9 on her would be really nice. And Kylo Ren is, yeah, you don't have to have him there. You can slot any other unaligned force user tank in there. But he's nice with the pre-taunt and all. I'm just gonna see my history here on Grand Arena. I won my last matches to see if they have failed against Cere. So they didn't attack. First, yeah, so they didn't attack Cere either, but I've gotten holds with Cere against Treya. Supreme Leader Gerrera often fails. I have won against C sometimes on defense. Yeah, it's a crazy strong defensive team. It definitely doesn't get the value, or how do you call it, like yeah, I don't think people realize how good of a defensive team it is. It's underrated in my opinion. But that's definitely the best team on this list that you should have, or should work towards when you got the time. Then we have the Luthien team. This is an amazing defensive team with a bunch of debuffs, control, damage, and you basically, yeah, you really want the Omicron on the lead here. It's pretty good. It's a long Omicron, so you can read that, but that really helps. Luthien, I'll do Dream Suit Ghost. That's also a really good one. And Kyle Katarna, I feel like is a must on this team. He hits really hard. I've seen him hit for over 100k multiple times. Magus is also pretty good, and Chirrut is decent with the heal over time, but you could probably use another character instead of Chirrut. I have seen some people use Rex and stuff like that, so that's also an option. I'm gonna see, I probably have some hopes with Luthien. Here we had one. The last match, yeah, he didn't really attack. In the first one, yeah, no holds there, but yeah, he has gotten many holds over the time now. And the last one is the most controversial, or however you pronounce it, team. It's pretty strong in my opinion, especially in 3v3, Dash, Vandar and L3. You have a solid team, especially like on the back wall. When they have used most of the teams, it might trip some people up. It's pretty strong, and I like it. Even with young Han Solo and Lando, those are some good damage dealers. They do a lot of damage and are really nice to have. We'll see if I have gotten any holds with those. It's less of a good team in 3, and I like Kyber 2 and stuff. It still gets some holds from time to time, and it's a pretty fun team to use. It's not like the best, but it's definitely worth getting, in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, that's some teams that I think are a little underrated, and hopefully my explaining helps you maybe try to want to farm any of these teams. give you any ideas of some sort. And if you like this type of content, it would be really nice if you comment on the video and maybe comment any other video ideas that I should do or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna show quick my farm here. I have gotten Great Mothers now, working on Morgan. I have also gotten the Enoch Troopers to R7 and slowly working on Balin. And when Great Mothers are done with this team, I'm gonna finish Leia, so that will be fun. But I hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. See you.